What is up, world? Welcome to Apocaflix Now, the movie hangout show from Apocaflix Movies. We got some cool stuff to talk about today. We, of course, got some movie trivia to get to today. Before we get to all those good things, I do want to introduce the crew. I am your host, Jacob Bartley, and up top with me here, to my left, is Jake Berlin. What is going on, Jake?
Not a whole lot, man. It's Trivia Tuesday. It's I wasn't planning on doing it last week, but then Marvel Rewind happened, and Gio and Keith got into it a little bit, so we had to do it. So
more like Gio got into it.
Yeah, it's true. Or maybe it was on that. It might have been on Now last week because Keith obviously has the next 2 weeks off, and we had him here. So we're like, you know what? While we have him, let's do a full blown trivia session and see what happens.
We shall see. It'll be a good one. And of course, the mentioned Gio is here with us. How's it going, Gio?
I'm good, man. It's a great time to be a DC fan. It's March, which means it's Zack Snyder's Justice League month.
Oh, thank you.
16 days away, y'all. 16 days.
It's Godzilla vs. Kong month. And if you guys heard, because I only said this to Brian because you guys aren't really big social media people outside of Messenger. But Cinemark is now doing private parties, y'all, starting this weekend.
Really?
Oh, they're bringing that back.
They're bringing it back.
I would rent a theater by myself to watch Mortal Kombat.
We're every movie release that's coming, the five of us plus whoever, like family or what, we're getting a private screening. 1,000%.
Yeah,
$100. I mean, you really only need 10 people.
Yeah. It's so easy.
Gio, I will go watch the Snyder Cut with you.
I'll go watch it with you. If it's available, I'll go watch it.
As long as they give us, a remote though to pause it for bathroom breaks. That's all.
I was gonna say, man. Jeez.
And of course, Keith Barnes is here. The man, Keith Barnes, is in the house. What's up, Keith?
I'm here. After having not been for at least 25 years. I've been to the drive-in twice in the last couple of weeks.
It's fun, right?
Lucky.
Awesome. It is fun. Yeah.
Do they play the new releases?
Yeah. I saw a Promising Young Woman, and I saw that Liam Neeson movie. I can't remember the name of it, where he's like a hunter or something.
Yeah.
The
Marksman.
What's that called? The Marksman. Yes. Yeah. Doesn't do a lot of marksmaning, but it's all right. Anyway.
I went and saw Freaky there. I saw Freaky there.
Rachel.
That horror comedy.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
I still haven't seen that. I need to.
Good. It's really good. The Vince Vaughn one where he plays like a teenager is pretty good.
Yeah.
The body swap one. Yeah.
And the winner of trivia tonight, Brian Avellino, is here. What's going on, Brian?
Thank you. Talk your shit because I'm probably going to beat you at least.
Ooh, probably, yeah. I hope so.
I'm rooting for Brian.
No, I'm saying Brian's going to win tonight.
No, I'm not pushing that far. I'm not going that far.
That's what's happening. I got my money on Brian.
No.
There's an underground betting pool,
No.
But yeah, so we're going to do our usual thing. We're going to get to the movie watching challenge really quick. We do have a couple Tuesday Newsday topics to get to. And in about the 30-minute mark, we are going to start the trivia. So you can keep an eye on that. So let's get to it. We're going to do the movie watching challenge. And of course, Jake was challenged to watch. Oh, well, it's the movie watching challenge time, I should say. Yes. Awesome logo.
Why are you laughing, Brian? It's
because I was like, at first I was like, what's going on?
No,
and then it went up.
It's a transition, guy. Yeah. It's a transition, and Jacob flopped the transition.
I did, but we need like music. We need like dun 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 dun, like something like that to go along with the.
Maybe it's great. It's great.
But it's great. It looks amazing. As always, Jake.
Thank you to the amazing. Thank you to the amazing Boomstick for that one. Boomstick, you're a genius.
Awesome.
I bowed to you and all of your geniusness. So thank you.
Looks amazing, definitely. But yes, as I was saying, Jake was challenged to watch Reservoir Dogs, and I believe that was a Brian movie. So Brian hit 2 in a row here, and Jake's going to go ahead and discuss the film.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave all 5 of us on here because I think I'm the only one who hasn't seen it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have. Yes.
That's what so I'm the only one who hadn't seen it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a rarity.
It is, and it's a rarity because it's a Tarantino film. But no, obviously you go into a Tarantino film expecting certain types of movies, right? Certain writing direction and character arcs and stuff like that. And he's always really good at crafting a story and kind of making it unique to itself. And in comparison to a lot of other things that come out around the time, I didn't know this, but this movie came out the year I was born, which is wild. This came out in 92. And so I literally watched a movie that was 29 years old. And it's got a baby-faced Tarantino in it. Michael Madsen, Harvey Keitel, like all of these characters, Buscemi, you get all these characters in here. Tim Roth, who is a typical guy for Tarantino. And I didn't realize, because I did no research on it. Not a single thing. I didn't really know what it was about. I didn't know how the story was told. And I was very surprised on how it was told. Essentially, each character's perspective throughout the film and then until you get to the very end, obviously. I was very intrigued. I was very interested. And I really enjoyed how he crafted it around all these different characters and how the characters always felt so different from everybody's perspective, which is very cool because you get performances from these people, from like example, from Orange's perspective, White may look different, but from Blue's perspective, White looks completely different. So it's very interesting. It's very cool how it's told. It definitely gives off a Tarantino vibe. And I'm still wondering about that ending. a little bit because it obviously cuts off at the end, which is really cool. It's a really cool little aspect. It's like that whole Inception thing, right? Where you're like wondering what really happens, who pulled the trigger first or at all. But all the performances were great. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as like brutal as most Tarantino movies are these days. It was very subdued compared to what he is now, and it was very cool to go back and watch something that was early on in his career, and you can kind of see the footing for what he has now, but how things have evolved over time for him. In 30 years, I mean, it's a big gap. So I'm definitely happy I watched it. I want to, Tarantino doesn't have a lot of movies, and there's only I think maybe one or two more that I haven't seen. One off the top of my head. And I want to make sure I watch them all, but I'm happy that I was able to watch this. It was enjoyable. And Brian, good call on this one, man.
Thank you. I like that the one that you have remaining is Keith's favorite movie.
I'm sure eventually he'll watch that one. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you appreciate it, man, because that's, I didn't know if you were going to like it or not, to be honest. So good to hear that you did.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you
I was gonna say, how could you not like it? All the colors.
I remember getting this. This is one of the first DVDs I ever bought when DVDs were starting to explode. And yeah, it was the 10-year anniversary maybe when it came out when I bought it. So I got the Mr. White, the Harvey Keitel one. He's Mr. White, right? Yeah, he's Mr. White. I haven't seen this in a long time either, but it does kind of have you can tell it's his first movie. But you hit around the head where it's like a lot of the kind of the framework for how he tells the stories.
It's lower budget too. You can just
absolutely. I think it was only like $1 million or something like that.
Well, and the movie really only takes place in so many scenes. There's not really like there isn't really like a whole lot that happens inside of the movie, but the story is so fleshed out because it's so character driven, and that's what Tarantino is known for these days. Is creating incredible characters, and like you said, the framework of it is all there.
So one thing there is the connection. A lot of his movies all connect. There's a scene where there's a flashback scene where they're in the car driving with Sean Penn's brother, Chris Penn, and Harvey Keitel is telling the story. Someone asks him, "Hey, how's Alabama?" And he's like, "Oh, Alabama, she's fine," or whatever. That's a reference to True Romance, Patricia Arquette's character in True Romance.
Oh,
apparently, Harvey Keitel. He said Harvey Keitel's character and her character used to know each other back in the day. And
wow, because Tarantino wrote that, right?
He wrote True Romance, yeah,
and
gave it to Tony Scott to direct because he was doing this, doing Reservoir Dogs, I believe, and also. I don't know if you might know this, but you know that John Travolta's character in Pulp Fiction and Michael Madsen's character are brothers.
Vega brothers.
The Vega brothers. Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wish those would actually connect. So Jake,
There you go.
We are unaware who is challenged next, so why don't you tell us, man?
Yeah, so I'm pulling an audible. And
Great
I have the power to do this because I created this concept here on Apocaflix Movies, and so you can shake your head all you want. That's fine. But I'm pulling an audible here, and there is a movie out there that the 4 gentlemen around me have not seen, and I've been trying to get them to watch for a very long time. And so I'm going to challenge all 4 of them.
Cool. So we'll do this to you next week, and you watch 4 movies.
I will gladly watch all 4 movies. So we have 2 options. Well, we can do this. We can do it separately, and we can watch all this, or we can make this an upcoming watch along. It is everyone's choice outside of me, but I am challenging all 4 of you to a very incredible spoof movie, and that is Fanboys. You are all challenged to watch Fanboys, the Star Wars spoof movie about Episode 1, and I cannot wait because I've been pushing this movie on you guys for a very long time.
And it backfired.
We were supposed to watch it on our trip to LA last
a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about
and we
this
never
a year
ended
ago,
up watching. So I am challenging all 4 of you to watch Fanboys.
Awesome. I'm not mad at that. I've been wanting to watch that, so I'm down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, we'll figure out the logistics later, like whether we're going to watch it all together or separately, whatever. We'll figure that out. But we do have some news topics to get to, Jake, so why don't you tell them what that is?
Yeah, so much to surprise for many this week, there was some news regarding Superman. We've obviously, we have Superman coming up in the Snyder Cut with Henry Cavill, excuse me. But it was reported this week that Warner Brothers is possibly looking to reboot the character, the property, and the franchise, and that is going to be headed by Mr. J.J. Abrams and his Bad Robot Productions. Which is a big deal. JJ signed a big deal with Warner Brothers. What was it, like 2 years ago? I want to say something around there, close to it. And then there was reports just there afterwards that reboot would possibly involve a Black Superman. And Calvin Ellis, I believe his name is in the comic books. If I'm not
Calvin Ellis and Val Zod.
Yeah. So there's definitely some things brewing here. In the WB camp as far as Superman goes. We've obviously known that they've been struggling with the Superman property for a while. The fact that they have a Man of Steel 2 is pretty shocking. They have Henry Cavill as his character and not really utilizing him as they want, and it looks like they may just move on from that. So I wanted to have a little discussion on this and talk about it because it could be pretty impactful. Are they going to have 2 at once? Are they going to reboot it altogether? And to add, JJ is not connected to direct at this moment in time. He's just as producing. And so that obviously could change. But it looks like we may be getting a new Superman here pretty soon, gentlemen.
Is Warner Brothers just stupid? Like, I don't get it at this point. Like, they have to be just stupid. Like, why would you not want Henry Cavill's Superman? And first off, literally everyone wants him to do another movie. And we're still sitting here going, I don't know. I don't get it anymore. And it's so frustrating because I'm not like, oh, sweet, Marvel's going to be better than DC. I want good universes on both sides. Why do we need I just don't get it. I don't get it.
If this happens, this Henry Cavill will go down as the biggest wasted actor for a role of all time.
It's literally like the only thing I could see is literally them. They're like, if we go left, it's the wrong way. If we go right, it's the really good way. Fuck it. Let's try the left way. That's literally what WB does every single time. Every time. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you're going to use Henry Cavill and then bring in another one, sure. Okay, fine. But you still have story to tell with the original one. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's fair.
I mean,
it's fair.
I think they're looking at it as they've gotten negativity from everything involved in this Superman. They just have. All Man of Steel was mixed reviewed, disappointing at the box office. Batman v Superman mixed reviewed, disappointment at the box office. Justice League, obviously, terrible reviews, disappointment at the box office. And those are just facts if you look at the landscape. So for me, I love Henry Cavill as Superman. And if there was no look, if Henry Cavill played Superman for 12 years, they ended his story and they're like, now it's time to move on and create a new Superman. If they were going to do that and you want to do a black Superman, awesome. Superman is an alien, so he can be any color skin you want to make him. But they're not. To me, that Superman story is not done. So it's a little bit disappointing to hear. But to be honest, we see they're making the Matt Reeves Batman what's supposedly outside of the universe, and then Ben Affleck is appearing at least for the Flash movie, and that was going to be after the Batman. So you could have kind of have them both going on. You could do a side story Superman movie, kind of like Joker or like the Batman, and still have Henry Cavill in the main DCEU line. I'm down for either of those, but I'm just too big of a fan of Henry Cavill as Superman. But I'm glad they're making a Superman product, though. Again, that's good news.
Keith?
I was just about to say, Gio. Gio and I talked about this a few days ago when this news kind of came out. If you want to go to check out his channel and see our discussion there. But having had some time to think about it, I'm on the fence. We both talked about this very same thing, like what's going on with Henry Cavill. I don't want to, and I agree, but I don't want to focus too much on what they're not doing with Henry Cavill, and just, which I agree, because I love him too very much. But also I do just kind of like the idea. Okay, and I think maybe they might just be doing another Superman, like two separate ones. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting, because I don't see any reason to get rid of Henry Cavill. I still don't. There's no reason to not use him. Like, people, I think most people do like him, regardless of whatever their opinions of the movies.
So too.
Like, people like him.
With The Witcher and Mission Impossible, he's kind of, people don't just see him as Superman, they like him. That's what I think.
It's because
no, exactly right. But I mean, just
2 times, 3 times.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. But I mean, just even as a Superman, I mean, just there's some things, little things here that I didn't necessarily love that they did, but I like him a lot, and it's a different direction that they took with him. So I would like to see them, like I said, continue, because they're not done with that story. But also, this new Superman, if there is going to be a new one, may not be. That's Gio said the 2 names. I can't remember the names, but I mean, it may not. It may not be Kal-El, And I really like the idea of a black man with these Superman powers, and how will the world respond to that? And what would that like? Because there's nothing you could do, nothing. Even all the people in the world that would hate him, what can you do? And just imagine someone who has a type of motivations like a Lex Luthor who hates Superman. Okay, and imagine Superman's black, right? And what kind of different kind of directions and different things they can touch on with that story. So I'm very interested in that. So like I said, I'm on 2 sides of it. I do really want to see this if that's the direction they're going. Hollywood. It doesn't have to be Michael B. Jordan, by the way. I'm if he's interested in it, sure. But every time there's a role like this and they want to make somebody black, it's always Michael B. Jordan. But
to add to what Keith just said, a year ago there were reports that said, "Oh, Warner Brothers is talking to Michael B. Jordan about possibly playing Superman," and this is kind of where the stories may connect a little bit. Whether or not that happens, I mean, we'll find out down the road. But there's a big possibility that they could be connected. Maybe they've been talking about this for a while.
And it could be connected to the Robert Pattinson Batman. That's one thing I also heard. So they could be two separate Superman and Batmans.
Hey, I'm down for that. Just as long as they're good movies. Jake, did you have any strong thoughts on this either way?
Yeah, I mean, look, if it happens, it happens, and I'm going to look forward to it. I'm going to fan cast the character, and I'm going to do more research, just because we've never had a black Superman. We've never had the character on screen. I don't know a lot about him because I know that he has some comic book stories in there. But I do think that it is very early on to say no to Henry Cavill. Like, whatever happens with the Snyder Cut, The fact that Snyder won't be coming back. This is his final DC movie. There's still possibilities to tell stories with Henry Cavill as Superman. And he's talked about it. He was said, he would play Superman for the next 20 years. He would literally play Superman for the next 20 years. You have a guy who is sitting there willing to do whatever he can to play this character, the greatest superhero of all time. He's not my favorite, but he is the greatest superhero of all time, plain and simple. He is. And you have the perfect bread and butter actor to fit the role, and you're not going to utilize him. It really doesn't make sense. And I'm very much in what Brian was saying. Like, it feels off. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what WB is doing. I don't know what their idea behind it is. If they want to do two separate universes, then fine. But at the same time, and this isn't comparing a Marvel thing, but I don't want two separate universes going on at the same time in TV or in film, and then have the TV stuff as well. That would be three Supermen. Tyler Hoechlin, Henry Cavill, and then a black Superman. Yeah. There would be three of them on screen any given time, watch movies or TV. For me, that's too much. That's oversaturation. That's just too much for me. And if they do two universes, I mean, it's not going to damper my feelings. Like, I'll go watch it all. But I also... I don't mind the continuity. I really don't. But I'm also okay with separate stories. But having two Superman at once, to me, would be too much. It's either one or the other. I'd rather have Cavill because I want more stories from him. But if they go this route, then Cavill has to be done, in my opinion.
It seems like they're letting J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot decide. And that, honestly, that should not be Warner Bros. They need to make the decision. Like, Kevin Feige doesn't... I mean, it's different. It's not exactly comparable, but he doesn't let the directors decide, on such a critical decision like that. But Gio, tell us how we should feel about this, man.
Well, I'll just okay. There are a lot of DC fans that are really upset at Warner Brothers right now. I see it every day on my Twitter feed.
Are you one of them?
Yes. Because why the fuck would you announce this less than a month before Zack Snyder's Justice League?
That's a good call. That's a good call.
You're letting casuals know that, hey, when we said this thing was a cul-de-sac, we really mean it's a cul-de-sac, by the way, unnamed Warner Brother executives, okay? It's clear now. It's clear more than ever. Warner Brothers wants nothing to do with the Snyderverse, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Why would you announce this right before Zack Snyder's Justice League? This couldn't wait? This couldn't wait another, 16 days from this recording? Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. And I know why they did it. At least what I believe to be the reason why they did it, okay? It's because there is one of the actors from this movie who, since July, has been lighting a fire under Warner Brothers' ass. And that fire is only getting bigger and bigger. I'm talking about Ray Fisher, okay, who happens to be a black actor in the DCEU, who isn't really getting a fair shake, in my opinion. But you know what? Let's show them that, we really do care about, people of color in our universe by giving a black reboot Superman that nobody was really asking for. All four of you just said it right now. Henry Cavill is Superman. He's a great Superman. Okay? If you have criticisms about Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, Henry Cavill as Superman is not one of those criticisms. And it's what the fans want. It's what Henry Cavill wants. He literally showed up to a Man of Steel watch party in support of the Snyder Cut, in support of the DCEU, in support of Superman and Warner Brothers, to say, hey, I'm here and I support this and I support more stories from Superman. But you know what? It looks like Warner Brothers does not want to go that route. And it's fine. Can this exist? Can this exist? Yes. But like Jake said, I am worried about oversaturation. You're gonna have CW's Superman and Lois. You're gonna have a black Superman, that Warner Brothers really wants, or at least J.J. Abrams really wants. And then if the Snyderverse continues on HBO Max, which a lot of us fans believe is possible if Snyder Cut is great, you might get Henry Cavill's Superman probably on HBO Max because Warner Brothers wants to leave behind the Snyderverse, even though they have no problem pulling Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa's Aquaman, Ezra Miller's Flash. So it's just Warner Brothers. They're a fucking mess right now. Okay, you should have waited 16 days. At least do that. But it's frustrating. It really is. So I got nothing good to say about Warner Brothers right now.
We'll obviously be keeping tabs on this going forward because it's kind of a big deal inside like the geek realm anyway. So we'll definitely be talking about it as the months go on. That's for sure, especially after Snyder Cut. So
if he wants to come to Marvel, though, like,
yeah, I mean, hey, there's our Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yeah, there's rumors.
Hey, Wolverine is the most popular X-Men character. That would be amazing.
I mean, hell, we were talking about how badly we wanted Cyclops to actually run an X-Men. Can you imagine him as Cyclops? Like,
I'd be down for that too.
He would be great as. He'd be great as a Cable.
James Bond.
Hey, mate, you know how we're talking about doing the reverse for casting table? Henry Cavill in the MCU. There we go.
Perfect. All right, next story.
Yes. What do we got next, Jake?
Yeah, for the record, I do hope he stays as Superman.
I agree. All right, next story could be a quick one here. And before I get to that, I do want to point this out. Jimmy Freckles, you the man. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
As always,
first super chatter ever.
Appreciate it. So the next story is probably going to be a quick one here, but Spider-Man 3 has an official title. After some teases and some fun little playful back and forth things between the cast, Spider-Man 3 is officially titled Spider-Man No Way Home. It is officially titled No Way Home. Nothing else has been revealed since that title drop. I know that people are like inspecting the whiteboard that's happening. We can look into that all we want. All we're talking about here is the title, what we think of it, maybe a theory or two, and then we'll get into trivia. But Jacob, what do you think about No Way Home, man? As the resident Spider geek, what do you think of No Way Home?
Who gave him that title?
Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character, but the title makes sense, and I feel like they made themselves have to choose something that has the word home in it. But as far as the title, the way it sounds, I don't love it, to be honest. Spider-Man No Way Home. It sounds way too similar to Far From Home.
I have a crazy theory of what it actually means.
And I think what it actually means is tied into the multiverse, if that's not what you're thinking. But I think it's okay. I mean, it fits with what I think they're doing, but I don't love the title as like it doesn't sound cool like Avengers Infinity War. It's not a flashy title, which I guess isn't important, but as a title on the surface, I don't love it.
I don't mind it because no one ever really calls them by that one, except for Homecoming.
Now it's going to be the Home trilogy, these 3 movies. But I really hope if they do a 4th one with Tom Holland, that the home is not in the title. That's all I hope.
It'll be college. The next 3 will be college.
Leaving Home. Oh my goodness, it's going to be another home title. I'm screwed. No, it's all right. It's not great or terrible.
Here's something interesting that I'm starting to think of, and I'm starting to kind of really buy into. So the title's cool. It's to me, it's probably like my least favorite out of the 3. I actually think that Far From Home actually works better for the 3rd one if it's the multiverse, but whatever. I think that this might possibly be Spider-Man's last movie in the MCU, and he's officially going back to the Sonyverse. And he's no way home.
That's possible. And then
he's out of the MCU.
In Venom's world now.
In the Venom universe.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, obviously.
The fact of the matter is, no matter how much they play nice, Sony and Disney do not like each other. They don't. They do not like each other. And because of how successful Spider-Man is right now, Sony could probably still make something that is viable and then tie him into what they're doing with Venom. And that would put him in Morbius, with us hearing so much about him appearing in Morbius next year, whatever it's releasing. What if it actually means that he literally can't find his way home? He has no way home.
That'd be pretty crazy from a storytelling point. Like, I know that would make sense for, the outside of the movies, but for me, like, that'd be crazy. That would be a crazy way to take your Spider-Man character. He's literally in another universe and he can't ever go back. Does that mean he's never going to see that Aunt May ever again?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Or those friends ever again?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
That's pretty dark. I don't know if dark's the right word, but that's pretty like crazy. But I think it's possible. I think it's very possible. What do you guys think?
No.
Well, Brian, what do you think about the title?
Title's fine. I never really cared about the titles for the Spider-Man ones because everyone always just calls them 1, 2, and 3 anyway.
Yeah, they don't have like the Captain America Civil Wars.
I think
like
Homecoming was a nice title.
Homecoming's good and that's the first one. So like everyone, you can't.
But they didn't need to stick with the home thing. They didn't
They and
look,
Far From Home is just because they're overseas. Like that's the name of the movie.
Yeah. So I don't mind the title. Whatever.
It should have been called like Spider-Man Summer Vacation or something. I don't know.
Or something that ties into Mysterio, something,
Gotta stick with the home.
I don't really
understand. I think he's going bye-bye. As much I would hate to see it because I think Spidey would be like he's gonna be
Tom Holland ain't gonna want to play it.
He could be like the one to lead the MCU like with Captain Marvel and Doc and all these characters. But we have to remember that he is owned by Sony at the moment.
Exactly. And we can't be mad at Marvel for not making it work, like if he does depart from the MCU.
I mean, they would get 3 movies out of him plus Endgame, Infinity War, and Civil War.
Well, I think when he first signed the contract, we knew it was 6 movies, that it was 3 full movies and then 3 MCU films.
Well, yeah, Tom Holland already said that his contract
is up.
Hey, you two gonna share and let the rest of us talk, or you two gonna have a conversation?
You guys can butt in. We're just having a conversation.
We've tried. You've cut me off. I didn't even get to finish. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Tom Holland honestly would want to stay around if
hopefully he's not in the MCU
to Sony's. I mean. Why would you leave greatness for mediocre? Like, it doesn't make.
Hey, don't call Venom mediocre.
Stop it.
I mean, technically, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is in their Spider-Verse. So
but it's not live action.
Yeah,
they can do they
yet
Spider-Man. It's the same thing with DC. Sorry, Gio. DC makes some of the best animated shows of all time, but they don't know what they're doing with live action. It's the same exact. Keith, stop it! They don't know what they're doing.
Well, he knows what he's doing, but
sure. They'll fight it out for a little bit again, same crap all over again, and they'll figure something out. Although if there's a means of exit, this would probably be the time. So
it'll be very fun to see. I just love that we're theorizing about a title right now. It's so fun. We're such nerds.
Oh yeah.
Well, that would just be crazy if Doctor Strange is in the movie, so that would be the last time we see Tom Holland. Like, for some reason, Doctor Strange goes back home to the universe, and Tom Holland doesn't. What if he asks the only way they can solve the problem in that movie, and for Doctor Strange to get back, is for him to stay there? I don't know, man.
It's going to be crazy. Something's going to happen, though. Something's going to happen.
You love this title or what?
I don't know if I love it. I mean... It's okay. I
just want you to talk super positive about
the only
Marvel.
thing that I really cared about was what the title could hint at. And I think Jake has a point with Spider-Man being his last movie. As of right now, things could change, but as of right now, in the MCU, we know that the Sony is trying to build a Spider-Verse. I mean, Morbius has Vulture in the movie at some point. So clearly they're trying to do something there. But wait a minute, is it So it's WandaVision, then it's
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, then
No Way Home.
Yeah. You guys don't think? Wait a minute. So it's Wanda, Spider-Man, then Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
You guys don't think Spider-Man could appear in Doctor Strange?
I thought so, but they would have. I mean, I guess they could keep it a secret, but they would have to be in the deal, like for Tom Holland.
Well, I mean, like
they could keep that from us, though. They could.
I mean, look, if the title is No Way Home, and it literally ends with Spider-Man, probably in another universe, it would make sense that he would be in Multiverse of Madness in some capacity.
Yeah, I agree. We won't know until Spidey 3. That's the cool thing. We will have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, cool title. It fits with the other two, clearly. But it only gets me asking more questions, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's just
Keith, any thoughts on this title, man?
Not necessarily the title. I mean, they're going to stick with this home thing. Fine, whatever. Like you said, we're just going to confuse it with the other ones. I'm just going to call it Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, in the future, we're going to be like, Far From Home. No Way Home. Wait, which one was I talking about?
Because I keep mixing up the other two already, so whatever. But listen, I'm not going to understand. Brian, what do you think? Why wouldn't they? Listen, don't underestimate Sony and their ignorance when it comes to Spider-Man. We've seen what they've done in the past. They clearly, a lot of the people in charge, I know it's not all the same people, but it's a lot of people with a lot of ego, especially over this character. They'll let that get in the way of money. If they don't love money, then they'll let this deal go away. If they love money, they'll just keep it where they are. Keep working with Marvel, and let the fans enjoy the good content with Tom Holland in the MCU, because that's what everyone likes, that's what everyone wants. Keep it that way, please. But it's Sony.
I just
how they are.
I don't see Feige allowing a movie in his MCU to be made basically strictly to get Tom Holland out of it, so that way he can be in a competition's universe.
You may be right, but again,
that's a fair
Sony,
point.
Unfortunately, they own the movie rights to that character. So
if I'm them, I would have just killed him then in Endgame. Been done with it.
Hey, Sony does have to approve everything they do in the movie.
For Marvel,
Sony is not competition, but the sad thing is they just own the character, which is bad. So
none of the comic book movies are competing with each other. They're all raising tide raises all ships. Is that the saying? They all help each other.
Definitely true.
Basically,
that's definitely true. But Spider-Man's right up there. I know we got to go, but up there, like with popularity, with Batman, Superman, if not more, to be honest. So, and they own the movie rights to that character.
Not more.
So
I know it sounds wild, but Disney, honestly,
it's Spider-Man.
They should just pay the $10 billion and get his rights back.
I agree with you, because they have it sitting somewhere.
I mean, they would have
done that a long time ago.
I don't think Sony is. I don't even think Sony would ever consider that.
They did when in the negotiations they put out a bid of $10 million, which is insane because that's more than that double. That's almost triple.
But they can't sell the rights to somebody else.
Yes, they can. They own the rights.
They can't sell the rights to another studio. They can sell them back to Disney. They can't sell the rights. They don't own the Spider-Man character. They only have the film rights.
Yeah, but they can sell the movie rights.
Yeah, they can sell the movie rights.
And they can't sell them to Universal. They can't do that. That's in the contract.
But I think it's the
original contract.
And the video games are Sony exclusive, while they're only on PlayStation. So I think Spider-Man is the most valuable asset.
Jacob, do you have a copy of the contract?
Hold on. I heard this before. Whoa. Everyone wrap up their final thoughts, because we do have to get to trivia.
Yeah, we do. But I know for a fact they can't sell the rights to another studio.
Well, the final thoughts is even if Disney wanted to buy the Spider-Man rights, they can't right now, because they just spent how much on the Fox universe, and this pandemic hasn't exactly helped them financially as far as their theme parks are concerned. Not to say that they can't afford it ever, but I don't think right now would be the good time. Look, if Sony wants to be Sony and pull out and think that they got this, by all means. Marvel isn't concerned at all. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, Kevin Feige has a 10-year plan, and we've seen already what one of those 10-year plans are like with the Infinity War saga. So, yeah, there is zero doubt from anybody that Marvel would be in trouble if they lost Spider-Man after this one movie. Okay, it's Marvel is helping Sony out just as much, if not more, with this. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
All right, let's get to trivia. Let's do it.
Yes.
Everyone, grab your whiteboards, grab your pens, look a little bit more alive. Okay, let's do some trivia before we get going. Everyone who is watching, if you would like to, the link to the Kahoot is in the description. I put together a little quiz. Same questions. If they're not exactly the same, they're similar. You guys can take the quiz and see how you do in our trivia. They're obviously not going to be exact because we do a clips round and we do little things different towards the end. But you can see how you do in some Geek movie trivia. But for now, we're going to get going here. We have 30 questions, and I'm just going to explain round one. Round one is very simple. 10 questions. You're going to write it on your whiteboard. 1 point each. You each get one upgrade, and the upgrade means that you can go to 2 points on one of the questions instead of just the one. That is your choice of when you do it. I will make sure to announce the category before you do so, and you guys decide on doing that, and then I'll go through the next categories or rounds when we get there. Any questions, gentlemen? Any crap talking, gentlemen? Everyone good?
I mean,
I'm ready to go.
Look, if by the halfway point, Jake, this turns into like a landslide, just make it interesting, okay?
Oh God! All right, here we go. All right, question one. In this comes from DC Movies.
How kind?
Wait, did you double already?
No, you said D. So I'm sorry.
It's DC Movies.
Is there a DCEU category as well?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm not going to.
All right. Which character dies in the beginning of Watchmen?
Oh.
Do you want the character's real name or the made-up names?
Gio, you're being real difficult.
Fair question.
You're being real difficult. 5, 4,
No, Chuck.
3, 2, and 1. Jacob?
The comedian?
Gio?
I give myself a point, but yeah.
Ryan? And Keith? The comedian is correct.
Wait, it's the comedian, right?
It's
Jake?
that. I'll give.
I'm just kidding.
I will give comedian.
Gio's so confident giving himself a point.
All right. Question 2 comes in Star Wars. What is the name of the essential hyperfuel in Solo?
Are we spelling?
Spelling doesn't count as long as you pronounce it to me. I'll understand what you're saying.
I think I remember, but yeah, okay.
You got about 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gio. Lay down. No, Brian. Coaxium. Keith and Jacob.
I did not spell it right, but coaxium.
Coaxium. Is there a W in there? Coaxium.
Hey, what do they tell you when you're a kid? Sound it out. Just sound it out.
Sound it out.
Right.
Yes.
Coaxium is correct. Coaxium.
Wow,
is correct.
I did not think I got that right.
All right. Question 3 comes in the MCU.
Oh, I'll double up. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Jacob's doubling. In Captain Marvel, what is the name of Carol's alien cat? Pardis, these are not rigged. How are these rigged? How are these rigged? $15 seconds. Rachel, stop with the softballs. I'd love to see how you do overall. Take that quiz. We'll find out. Take that quiz. We'll find out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mr. Brian. Goose. Keith? Goose. Jacob.
I didn't get it.
Gio?
I didn't put goose.
What'd you write down, Gio?
I missed my double too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jacob missed his double. He's got no more for the rest of the round. No more for the rest of the round. All right. Number 4 comes from Wizarding World. Wizarding World. Brian's going to double. Brian is going to double. All right. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, what is Jacob trying to convince the bank to help him do?
Sorry, could you read it again one more time?
Yeah. Wizarding World. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, what is Jacob trying to convince the bank to help him do? I love seeing the struggle on Gio's face. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
I want extreme
5,
specificity.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Brian, what'd you say? Sorry.
I want extreme specificity on this answer.
Keith, you start.
Give him a loan for his bakery.
Jacob.
Open a bakery.
Gio.
What does that say? Help him with
Help him with
finance?
something. Brian.
Help him with friending.
All right. Technically, it's pastries, but that's fine. I'll give you bakery.
What about help him with financing?
No.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, sorry, Gio. That's not. No. All right, Brian got his double.
Told you guys, watch out for Brian.
All right, question 5. Middle Earth. In the Fellowship of the Ring, to whom did Aragorn say, "If by my life or death I can protect you, I will"?
Wait, say it again. The question or the
In the Fellowship of the Ring, to whom did Aragorn say, "If by my life or death I can protect you, I will"?
You have my sword.
Chuck, he doesn't work at a bank, actually. Nice try, though, bud. All right, 15 seconds. Does everybody have it? 15 seconds? Okay, Jacob, you start.
I think I have it. Frodo?
Gio? Brian? Keith? Frodo is correct.
Thank goodness.
Frodo is correct.
You have my sword and my axe.
Should have doubled up, Keith.
All right.
I should have.
DCEU.
All right, I got to catch up. Double.
I'm gonna double too.
Oh.
Are you sure, Keith?
Are you sure, Gio? Remember
Yes.
a glass bottle?
I watched.
Hey, I should get like bonus points for.
All right, DCEU. In Man of Steel, which famous DC Comics company owns the satellite Superman and Zod destroy while fighting in space?
This is a 1-point question.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it absolutely is. Very much a 1 point.
Keith, thank you. Keith.
For him, Keith.
Can you say it one more time, please?
In Man of Steel, which famous DC Comics company owns the satellite Superman and Zod destroy while fighting in space? And my chair just started squeaking for the first time. That's awesome. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm gonna save Gio and Keith for last. Brian and Jacob, show me your question or your answers.
LexCorp.
Keith and Gio, show me. Wayne Enterprises.
Nice.
Wayne Enterprises is correct.
I was thinking. I was thinking of an actual
real life.
real life company.
Hey, mine was a good guess.
All right, so they both got the double. All right.
They did blow up a
Question,
LexCorp truck.
yes.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Question 7 just comes in the world of geek movies, just a random bunch of geek movies. So this one is actually split.
Geek movies always ends up just being movies that Jake likes.
No, they're geeky. Okay.
Split in my Shyamalan.
Yeah. When
In
Casey
Accident.
finally escapes at the end of Split, where do we find out she's been held by Kevin for the majority of the movie?
Now wait.
Wait, yeah, say it again.
When Casey finally escapes at the end of Split, where do we find out she's been held by Kevin for the majority of the movie?
Do we have?
What is the location?
I didn't know when you said split movies. I was like, we're getting 2 movies in one question. I didn't know you literally meant from Split. The movie Split.
Do you want the city as well?
No.
Okay.
What?
Not looking for the city. There's 10 seconds.
All his movies are in the same city.
Wow, Gio was ready for that.
10,
That's a
9,
decent question.
8,
Yes.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Star Drew, it is a geeky movie because it's a sequel to a superhero movie.
And it's a villain.
Gio, why don't you start? Brian? A zoo is correct.
Oh, I put a basement.
Zoo is correct. Keith? And Jacob.
Local zoo.
Zoo. It's the Philadelphia Zoo, but it is
Yep.
the zoo.
Yes.
It is the zoo. All right. Question 8 is in Star Trek. In Star Trek Into Darkness, what did the Enterprise crew discover was in the torpedoes? If you've seen the movie, it is very simple. Ten seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keith, why don't you start us off? Jacob,
72 cryogenically frozen people.
72 people is correct.
Nice.
Jacob? I'm not looking for a number.
Nothing.
Theo and Brian.
I put cons people.
I will give you cons people.
That's correct. Yes.
It is correct. That is I would definitely give you that.
So what is life?
No, sorry. Sorry.
Hey, I mean, it's close. Were they alive?
Not far.
they were alive, but they were
So-
technically frozen. But no, it's not life, Gio. Sorry. All right, question 9 is from Marvel. In Deadpool, how many bullets does Deadpool have left that he's counting down on the highway fight scene?
I just watched this 3 days ago.
Wait, so how many does he start with?
How many
Or-
does he have left? It's blatant. He says it in the movie.
Yeah, okay.
Going
15 seconds.
going with my gut.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gio. Brian, 12 is correct.
Ah, shit, I should have went with 12.
Keith and Jacob.
I put 3.
12 is correct. 12 is correct.
So yeah, I remember he had to kill 2 guys with 1 bullet, right?
One, yeah.
Well, 3 guys.
I think that was when he had 3. Yeah, it's 3. It's 3. Yeah.
All right, question 10 comes from Geek Movies. Who plays Mama in 2012's Dread?
What is her name?
Finally able to ask this question because Brian watched it.
All I can think of is fucking
15 seconds.
I don't know if I spelled it right, but okay.
I can only think of
5, 4, 3, 2, and
the question.
1. Keith, start us off.
he asked for a repeat.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
No, we didn't have it. We didn't have it.
You had the 30 seconds to ask me. I mean, you can't ask
I
it
did
at once.
ask for a repeat.
I would argue you didn't get that in on time, Gio. You said it as he started talking.
Keith
Said
gets the point. Keith
and then
gets the point.
I was
Keith
gonna
gets
say
the point.
Circe, but I couldn't
Lena,
pull her
Lena
name.
Headey is correct. Lena
Could
Headey
not
is
pull her
correct.
name.
Yeah, I only thought of Circe.
All right, that is round one. Let's go ahead and go around the table. What does everybody got? Jacob, start us off.
I have 5.
Gio,
I got 6.
Brian, woo, Keith.
11.
All
My
right, we got ourselves a
goodness.
game.
Sorry, Rachel. I know you were, rooting for me.
You never know,
Rachel,
Jacob.
that hurt.
Next time.
I heard
Next
Rachel.
time.
I thought we were cool.
All right, we restart. Everyone gets one upgrade for round 2. These are 10 questions, and they are all multiple choice. So make sure you wait for me to read.
Wait, does
the
that
next-
mean Keith had a perfect round?
he
if
did
he-
have a perfect
Oh
round?
my goodness.
He did have a perfect round.
Oh, did I?
He
How
did
about
have a perfect round. So make sure you wait for me to read all of the answers. That way you get all of them. So like last time, Brian freaked out when I read a question, didn't realize it was multiple choice. I will read all 4 multiple choice options for you guys. All right. Question 1 comes in the world of Middle Earth.
Hang on a second. Jimmy, shut up.
I saw that comment too, and I was just keeping it to myself.
That's very funny.
All right. Question 1 comes in the world of Middle Earth. What is the name of the orc that is considered the main antagonist of the Hobbit trilogy? A. Bolg, B. Azog, C. Gorbag, or D. Shagrat? Brian's face.
No clue.
Can you repeat the answers?
A. Bolg, B. Azog, C. Gorbag, or D. Shagrat?
Did you make some of those up?
Nope, they are actual orc names.
I don't
Wow.
know. I don't know. I don't know
10
their
seconds.
names.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jacob, start us off.
B.
Gio? Brian? Keith?
If Keith has A, it's gonna be
It'd be
hilarious.
awesome.
It's B.
Oh,
B is correct. It's
nice.
Azog.
I knew
It
it
is
started with an
Azog.
A.
All right, question 2 in round 2 comes from Marvel movies.
These are 1 point. 1 point, right? 1 point.
These are 1 point, correct.
Okay,
Correct.
sorry.
In The Punisher, how does he get his trademark skull shirt? A, he spray painted it. B, his son bought it for him. C, he already had it. Or D, dust was left over on the shirt, forming the skull.
Can you repeat the answers?
A, he spray painted it. B, his son bought it for him. C, he already had it. Or D, dust was left over on the shirt, forming the skull. 15 seconds. Does everybody have the answer?
Have A answer.
Gio, start us off. Brian? Keith, and Jacob.
D.
It is B. His son bought it for him. Jacob, D is the comic book origin of the shirt.
That sounded familiar, but they both did.
Yeah, D is the comic book origin of the shirt. All right, number 3 in round 2 comes in the Geek movies. Geek movies here. In Sin City, which actor has a brief cameo as a hitman who kills young women? A. Josh Hartnett, B. Sean Penn, C. Brad Pitt, or D. Jude Law?
Repeat them.
A. Josh Hartnett, B. Sean Penn, C. Brad Pitt, or D. Jude Law?
Brian doesn't even ask. He just says, repeat them.
Well, because I'm thinking of a different character that does the exact same thing.
I know what you're thinking of.
Okay.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keith, start us off.
B. I don't remember.
Jacob.
The guy where I don't know why he's not working anymore. Josh Hartnett. A.
It is Josh Hartnett. Gio and Brian.
That's right.
It is A. Josh Hartnett.
I thought he was a cop. Wasn't he a cop?
There's another part to that, but I didn't want to put it in the question because it's kind of harsh. He specifically kills hookers. So,
Keith, were you thinking of Elijah Wood?
Elijah Wood was a serial killer.
That's who I was thinking of too.
Yeah. I was thinking Josh Hartnett was a killer.
All right, question 4 in round number 2 comes in the world of Star Trek. Everybody still has their doubles. Everyone still has their doubles. This comes in Star Trek. In Star Trek 09, which future Enterprise crew member did Kirk meet on the planet he was left on after being kicked off the ship? A. Bones, B. Scotty, C. Sulu, or D. Chekhov?
Repeat the answers.
A. Bones, B. Scotty, C. Sulu, and D. Chekhov. Chuck, to your comment, Tarantino actually directed another scene in the movie. It wasn't that scene.
It was the one with TCO.
Yeah.
It
was the 2 cars, yes. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gio? Brian? Keith?
Montgomery Scotty.
And Jacob. So
B is Scotty, right?
It is Scotty.
So I meant Scotty.
B is Scotty. But Keith wrote down Montgomery Scott, so I'm giving it to him. He wrote down Montgomery Scott. So that's who he was.
I heard you. I thought you said C.
Yeah. No, he wrote down Scotty.
That's
Scotty
fair.
is correct. He meets Bone on the transport on his way to the flight academy or the Fleet Academy.
All right. Thank you.
All right, 15 or 5 in round number 2. Number 5 in round number 2 comes in the MCU. The MCU.
I will double.
Jacob's doubling. Jacob is doubling.
Even though I'm still mad about Goose.
Jacob is doubling. All right. Anybody else? Good? Okay. In the Winter Soldier, which national museum is the Captain America exhibit in? A. Smithsonian. B. The National World War II Museum. C. The American Museum of Natural History. Or D. The National Museum of the U.S. Air Force.
Man, that is a deep cut for me.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jacob, start us off.
A?
Smithsonian is correct. Gio?
Thank goodness.
Brian, Keith, Smithsonian.
I almost went with the World War II.
You will know that by the line of Black Widow saying, I am looking for the Smithsonian. That is a Key moment for that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
No. She says, "I'm here." Oh, you're right. She does, but she just.
I'm looking for a fossil. I'm looking for a fossil.
Can
Okay.
anyone give me directions to the Smithsonian? I am here to pick up a
He's
fossil.
looking for the Smithsonian.
Check.
So.
Oh yeah, in her
Bonus.
first line.
Bonus. Who's the actor that voices the exhibit?
Jake, that's on you. Let Jake get it. That's his favorite movie.
I'm actually blanking on his name myself, but it's.
Do they actually?
Is it the guy that plays President Ellis?
It's what's the actor's name? Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump. What's his name?
Gary Sinise.
Oh, okay.
Gary Sinise. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
All right. Question 6 and round number 2 comes in Star Wars. Question 6 and round number 2 comes in Star Wars. So Jacob got his double there. Anybody else? We're not doubling this one. Everyone good?
No.
Okay. All right. According to Yoda in The Empire Strikes Back, the dark side is quicker, easier, and more blank. A, provocative. B, alluring. C, tempting. Or D, seductive.
I was just watching this the other day.
Surprised it wasn't another solo question.
Just because you got it wrong?
I've only seen Solo once.
That's a fault on your part.
problem.
Really? Just the one time we saw it? Wow.
I could watch that movie all the time. 10 seconds.
Fun.
10 seconds.
Can I hear the answers again? Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. A, provocative. B, alluring. C, tempting. Or D, seductive.
All right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brian, start us off. Seductive is correct. Keith?
Yeah, that would be.
Jacob?
Damn you, Keith, for asking for the repeat. I had D down and I erased it and put C.
Seductive is correct.
Sorry.
Seductive is correct.
Sorry.
Tempting is a good one to choose for sure.
It's okay. My fault.
All right. Question 7 in round 2 is in the world of DC movies. All right. Who unplugs Mrs. Freeze in Batman and Robin? A, Robin. B, Batman. C, Poison Ivy. Or D, Mr. Freeze.
No.
All right. It looks like everybody has their answers. Jacob, why don't you start us off?
D, Mr. Freeze.
Gio?
As I told Lady Freeze right before I pulled her blood. This.
It is Poison Ivy. Brian and Keith. Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
It is Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
I knew. I thought it was. I knew it wasn't Batman or Robin. No way. They wouldn't do that.
Uma Thurman.
There you go, Chuck. There you go. Question just for you. All right, question 8, round number 2 comes in the geek movie category. Which 2 famous comic book characters make a cameo walking past Parzival as he walks into the club in Ready Player One?
Oh.
A, Elektra and Joker. B, Catwoman and Deadpool. C, Harley Quinn and Deadpool. Or D, Harley Quinn and Spider-Man.
Who wants to ask him to repeat it?
Yeah.
In Ready Player One, which 2 famous comic book characters make a cameo walking past Parzival as he walks into a club? A, Elektra and Joker. B, Catwoman and Deadpool. C, Harley Quinn and Deadpool. Or D, Harley Quinn and Spider-Man. Thank you, Star Drew. Much appreciated.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, me either. Well,
But I guess I've only seen the movie like twice. So
10.
But there's so many cameos in this movie.
10 seconds.
I don't know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The reason I asked this is it's actually in the trailer as well. Gio, start us off. B. Okay. Brian? Keith?
Also with B.
And Jacob?
A.
It's Harley Quinn and Deadpool. It's C.
Wow.
It's C.
Really? I do not remember that, but I would love to see those two characters.
It's a very quick shot. He's walking in and they're walking out.
I know Joker's in it in the fight scene.
Yeah. All right. Question 9 in round number 2 comes in the Wizarding World. Wizarding World. Brian is doubling. We have 2 questions left in the round. Keith and Gio, have you guys doubled yet?
No. Wizarding World. Yeah, I'll double too.
Okay. All right. Wizarding World. In which Harry Potter movie do Draco and Harry engage in what's known as a wizard's duel? A. Sorcerer's Stone. B. Chamber of Secrets. C. Prisoner of Azkaban. Or D. Goblet of Fire.
Come on, Keith.
I definitely need a repeat.
I remember,
Right.
but I don't remember.
In which Harry Potter movie do Draco and Harry engage in what's known as a wizard's duel? A. Sorcerer's Stone. B. Chamber of Secrets. C. Prisoner of Azkaban. Or D. Goblet of Fire.
Did you say A was Deathly Hollows?
No. A. Sorcerer's Stone. B. Chamber of Secrets. C. Prisoner of Azkaban. Or D. Goblet of Fire.
Keep hearing Order of the Phoenix. My bad.
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
15.
Hang on. Charlize.
5.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
Charlize, come here.
3.
Hey,
No, I'm kidding.
1.
are your kids Googling in the background and helping you with the answers?
Nothing. Never mind. No, I'm just kidding.
Jacob, start us off.
C?
Gio? Brian? And Keith. It is B. Chamber of Secrets.
Wow.
B. Chamber of Secrets.
Man, they were so young, though. They were doing a wizard duel at
Yeah.
that point. Freaking Malfoy.
All right, question 10 in round number 2. Question 10 in round number 2 comes in the world of Star Wars.
I have to.
I'm just kidding, Gio. It's DCEU. It's DCEU.
In the realm of solo.
It is the DCEU. The DCEU.
Yeah.
All right. In Batman v Superman, what organization does Lois's cameraman, Jimmy Olsen, not so secretly work for? A, the NSA, B, the FBI, C, Homeland Security, or D, the CIA?
I forgot they made that guy Jimmy Olsen.
That's so dumb.
Stupid.
No, it's more interesting than him being a paparazzi.
Hey, you got about 15 seconds to answer.
Well, no,
Like you're struggling
not
there.
barely having him and then having him killed is stupid. It's not what they did with him. That was kind of cool.
It's an interesting idea, but yeah, it should.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian, start us off.
I put CIA.
Keith,
Good choice.
Yeah.
Jacob, Gio.
D. CIA.
It is the CIA. It is the CIA. All right, that is wrapping up round 2 here. That is wrapping up round 2. Let's go around the board real quick. Jacob, what do you got?
11.
Gio,
13.
Brian. Ooh, Keith.
18.
Oh,
Told you guys.
look at
Brian's
you, Brian.
day.
Look at you.
Brian's coming up.
All right, so we are now moving into the clips round.
Yeah.
The clips round. This is how it works. I'm going to be playing a clip on my phone, and these guys will be listening. They will call out what they believe the clip is. If they mistakenly say which movie it is, they will be done for that clip. They will not be able to answer that clip. Let me do the rules real quick, Gio, and I answer your question. So say that Keith thinks he has the clip and he answers wrong. He is officially done for that clip. He can continue for the other ones, but he's done for that one. I will play it a second time if I need to. And if we get to a point, which we have before, we get to a point where nobody knows, we will just move on and that question will be washed. Gio, your question.
Can we just shout out our name, or do you want us to just
shout out your name? Yes, I want you to say your name. It's the best way for me to decide who goes because I hear the name and not the voice first. It makes the most sense that way. So if anybody else doesn't have any questions, we can move along on this one. Everyone good?
How many are there? 5?
There are 5.
Okay.
Yes.
Chuck, they can hear because I have a great microphone. I play it through my phone, bro. Okay. All right. Clip number 1.
What you made me do. You were my friend, and you betrayed me!
No. I was trying
Jacob.
to protect you.
Jacob?
The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
That is correct.
Yes.
That
1
is
point,
correct.
Good job.
right?
Good call. Yeah.
Just 1 point, right? Okay.
Yes, just 1 point. Sorry. Yes, just 1 point. Just 1 point.
Very good.
Dane DeHaan, man.
Yeah.
All right. Clip number 2.
Hi, everybody. You know, tooth decay and gingivitis can be a crime. That's why I use Mighty Whitey toothpaste. Because I want my teeth to look amazing. I'm going to bring this up again. It's $150 a piece. We each chip in, and my cousin knows this guy who knows a publicist. What are we going to publicize, Roy? The fact that we get our butts kicked a lot? Well, maybe if you didn't smack me in the face with Cavill every time we went out.
Gio?
Mystery Man.
Mystery Man is correct.
Jesus
Mystery Man is correct.
That's what I thought too, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Good poll. Good poll.
Very good. Good job, Gio.
All right. Clip 3.
The advent of the nuclear age may have accelerated the mutation process. Individuals with extraordinary ability may already be...
Gio?
X-Men First Class.
That is correct.
Damn it, I should have guessed.
That is correct. All right. I got an ad, so hang tight, gentlemen.
Wait, what if I could name the ad?
What's the ad? Play the ad.
You asked that last time. No. Trust me, you're not going to name this ad, though. I'll guarantee that.
Bet.
All right. Clip 4. Clip 4.
Like every serial killer already knew, eventually fantasizing just doesn't do it for you anymore.
Gio.
It was time to...
Gio?
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass is correct. Kick-Ass is correct.
That's not fair. You know I haven't seen that.
Oh, I didn't know you haven't seen it. Sorry.
We literally talked about it like the last 3 shows.
All right. Clip 5. Clip 5. Final clip here.
All right, unlock him. What?
Gio.
You heard me? You know this man?
Gio?
Suicide Squad.
Jesus Christ. Suicide Squad is correct. All right.
What part was that? I remember that.
That was when Floyd Lawton was uncuffed to shoot his guns.
Okay.
And that was Joel Kinnaman talking. All right, well, Gio makes a little bit of a comeback in that round, getting the final 3 clips there. Let's go around the board real quick before we move on to the final round and talk about the points. Jacob, what do you got?
I'm at 12.
Gio?
17.
Brian?
15.
And Keith?
18.
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. All right. We're moving on to the final round, gentlemen. This is how it's going to work. We have 5 questions. 5 questions. Each question is worth their number. So number 1 is worth 1 point. Number 5 is worth 5 points. The only kicker here is that the final 3 questions, 3, 4, and 5, they each have a clue that if you ask for them, you're given the hint, but it deducts 2 points away from the value of the question. So, for example, if you want a hint for number 3, it goes from 3 to 1. If you want a hint for number 5, it goes from 5 to 3. Any questions?
Nope.
All right, let's go ahead and get this bad boy going. Using whiteboards again. And number 1 for 1 point comes in the world of the MCU. Who are the alien species Loki uses to attack New York City in the Avengers? Spelling does not count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jacob, start us off.
The Chitauri.
The Chitauri is correct. Gio?
Chitauri.
Brian and Keith. Chitauri.
Sorry, the suckiest army in the.
So on the Kahoot,
that's pretty true.
On the Kahoot quiz, I had to make some multiple choice options, and I made the Outriders as one of them. I'm guessing it caught a few of them. So very, very similar. All right, question number 2 for 2 points comes in Star Wars. In The Last Jedi, what color is the Jedi symbol on the book, both seen in the trailer and picked up by Luke on Octo?
It's been a while, so multiple choice.
I don't have multiple choice.
What?
I told you this isn't multiple choice.
No, I was kidding.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gio. Brian. Keith.
That's with black.
And Jacob.
Yellow.
It's blue and yellow. It is blue and yellow. It is split down the middle, blue and yellow. One side's blue, one side's yellow.
You should have said what colors.
No, because that no one gave it away.
It could be any 2 colors though.
It's one symbol.
It's one colors.
It's 2 different colors. How are you not asking?
Well, Brian, nobody got it, so I guess it didn't change anything.
It's a wash question. You guys just suck. So, all right. Question 3 for 3 points.
You would be throwing a fit right now.
Question 3 for 3 points comes in the MCU. This is where you can start asking for hints. It'll take away 2 points from the value. This is MCU here. Which character realizes the stones are not in the gauntlet when the Avengers go to attack Thanos at the beginning of Endgame? Ten seconds.
Repeat it.
I'm playing the scene out in my head.
Which character realizes the stones are not in the gauntlet when the Avengers go to attack Thanos at the beginning of Endgame? Hints are available if you would like.
Hold on.
I can't
even remember the scene.
I'll give you 15 seconds.
All right.
5.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take multiple.
Are you taking the hint? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So Gio, what about you?
No hint.
Okay. So I need hands up from Gio, Keith, and Jacob. Okay. Hands up. I need to see your hands. All right, Brian. Here's your hint. The character is a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you do this bullshit where you don't even do it.
Damn. I should take a shot for this.
If I'm gonna be mad if I didn't go with my guess, and this is right.
Jacob, start us off.
Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon is correct. Gio, Brian, Keith.
Rocket.
Rocket.
I cannot even remember the scene.
He flips it over after his arm is cut off. All right.
That's 3 points, right? Is that number
was
3?
Gio, why are
points.
you acting like you got it wrong?
That was 3 points. All right, question 4 for 4 points. This is in Harry Potter. Potter. Look at Brian's mood just changed.
There goes my chance to catch up.
All right, in Harry Potter, in the Deathly Hallows Part 2, name 2 other characters already in the dungeon cell at Malfoy Manor when Harry or Ron are thrown into it.
I don't.
In which movie? Deathly Hallows.
In Deathly Hallows Part 2, name 2 other characters already in the dungeon cell at Malfoy Manor when Harry or Ron are thrown into it. Sorry, couldn't speak there. Hints are available. I'll give you guys a little bit extra time on this one. It's coming down to the wire.
I've only seen this once. Yeah, I'm gonna take a hint.
Okay. Anybody else want a hint?
I don't remember.
Sure.
Okay. Jacob's in on it too. Gio?
Nope.
Okay. So Brian and Gio, I need your hands up. Okay. Hands up. Here is your hint. One is a fellow student, and the others work in Diagon Alley.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
That is the most unhelpful second half question part.
The hints aren't going to be beautiful, guys. I can't just give it away.
Do you have all of them?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure do.
I don't remember.
Okay, Gio, start us off.
I actually don't know, but I just put George and Fred.
Okay, Brian?
Luna Lovegood and Grip Hook.
Those are 2 of the options, correct.
And I had Ollivander as well.
Keith?
I got Luna Lovegood, but I put the other Dumbledore. I couldn't remember.
Nope. And Jacob?
I put Neville Longbottom and Hagrid.
It was Luna Lovegood, Grip Hook, Ollivander, and there's some people that even say that Dobby was in there as well.
Dobby was not in it.
No.
Yeah. I know that Dobby was thrown in there at one point as well, but he wasn't actually in there to begin with. So it was those 3 that were in there. All right, so Brian got the 4 points. Uh-oh. Okay, this is the final question of the match. So we got to go around real quick with scores, see how everybody's doing. Jacob, where are you at, man?
16.
Gio?
21.
Brian? Keith?
22.
Oh my goodness.
If you pull some shit and if I hear the words Lord of the Rings or Star Trek, I am never doing this game ever again.
No.
I can't beat Keith, but I could match Gio or beat Brian. But it's
all right,
not
so here it is for 5 points. These are DC movies.
Oh, great.
Not DCEU, but DC movies.
I've seen like one.
In Green Lantern.
Oh.
What famous Marvel comic book prop does Sinestro form during his initial fight with Hal on Oa?
I can think of like 2 of them.
And a hint is available.
What?
Can you repeat the question?
In Green Lantern, what famous Marvel comic book prop does Sinestro form during his initial fight with Hal on Oa?
Oh my God, the joys of having a DC podcast. I literally watched this scene a couple days ago. I didn't think it'd be trivia.
Saw this movie once 10 years ago.
Are they even allowed to do that?
A hint is available. Chuck, this is a 1 point for me. Wow. Wow. Don't say it in the chat, Chuck. Don't say it in the chat. Remember, a hint gets you, if you get it correct, it gets you 3 points. 53
I mean,
points.
I have no benefit of a hint, so I got to go all in.
Gets you 3 points.
Your hints are such ass.
Would anybody like a hint?
I think Keith will like a hint. His microphone is not working. I think he's on mute. He wants the hint.
Are you counting down?
So nobody's taking a hint.
I'm taking the hint.
You're taking a hint. Okay. Geo, Keith. Hands up. Hands up. Okay. This prop is known for being more of a symbol than a weapon. It's clear.
A symbol? Say the hint again.
This prop is known for being more of a symbol than a weapon.
Man, I'm gonna have to go rewatch this because
I
I don't remember this.
Me either.
The scenes on Aura are actually pretty good. Pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, I always thought they were.
I have no idea. A symbol.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all. I barely remember this movie at all. I honestly don't.
10
Gio
seconds.
said you just watched this? Were you watching
10
this the other day? You're watching Green Lantern?
No, I was trying to pull clips on YouTube and I watched this one, but I didn't think I'd be.
Oh.
5,
I was gonna say, why are you watching
4,
Green Lantern?
3,
Why not?
2.5, 2, 1.5,
Is it an MCU character? What the fuck? I can't even a symbol.
1. Do you have anything?
I mean, sure.
I'll give you a chance to write something down.
Fuck. Okay, just go for it.
All right, Jacob,
Captain America's shield.
Gio,
Good guess. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, right.
Keith,
Oh, yeah, good job. I just wrote Mjolnir. Just threw that out there. I know it wasn't
Right.
out yet.
I put Mjolnir too.
it is
Yeah.
Captain America's shield.
I should have.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
I honestly
I
have
love
no
how I
idea.
killed 2 times in a row and come in last place.
The
Yeah,
shield, the shield is in full formation, except it has no star, and it even Hal is shooting a machine gun at it, and it even makes the sound that Cap's shield makes.
Wow.
That's I don't think.
And
that's crazy.
and also, I will say this: Sinestro also throws it at Hal like Bucky does at Cap.
Wow, okay.
that was shit clue.
That's interesting.
I mean,
because he
the-
doesn't. I don't think
The
Captain America was
prop
out yet.
part made it like, okay, what could he possibly be talking about? But I'm glad I didn't take a hint.
Good job.
All right, final scores here.
21.
Gio,
26.
Brian, and Keith.
Last place like always.
No, you're not. Wait.
22.
Oh, did you not get that?
I got 20.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I mean, look, guys, that's the best scoring game we've had so far. It's the best scoring
Hey,
game we've had so
20, 21, 22, and 26.
Right. Yeah.
We got to go back and double check Gio's score, but for now, Gio won.
Gio, you got anything you want to say?
I mean, do I? Look, guys, it's Zack Snyder's Justice League month. Get your HBO Max.
No, I'm not doing that for the speech. I'm not doing that for the speech.
Gio, I didn't know you worked for HBO Max.
Oh yeah, man, get all your fucking shit, guys.
Oh, what a great
Hey,
marketing.
what are those?
Stickers.
Are those stickers? Oh wow.
Subscribe to my channel for a giveaway. Hey.
I have subscribed. I've been a guest. I've been your only guest. Oh, only other guest.
All right,
on
so
the
real
channel
quick before we head out of here, I do want to I do want to bring up some of the Kahoot stuff that we had here. We had a couple players play. I think we had 9 people play. Someone didn't finish all the way, but coming in at first place with 80% of the questions correct is Mr. Chuck Caslow. Chuck Caslow takes the W with the Kahoot quiz.
Chuck.
Followed by Rick, Brian Nussbaum, Johnny, Hoot Norway, Park Fails, and Sir Selvin Moreno. Rachel, I don't see your Rachel, I don't see your quiz in there. Where you at? Rachel? Rachel. Brian, are you searching for that clip right now?
No, I'm reading.
All right, we cannot let Gio win next time. I'm gonna start studying.
Is that
Rachel's Hoots. Good job, Rachel. There you go. Cool.
Man.
Oh yeah, right. Duh.
Oh yeah, we're counting the one where Keith had to leave early. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the internet?
Where he was ahead of you before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're counting that one.
I'm pretty sure I ended the first round like behind. Dude, hey Jake, if it wasn't for those clips, man, I'd have no chance, dude. But I actually like the segment, so.
I like writing them. I know that everyone, I know Rachel keeps bringing it up about me playing, but I actually really enjoy writing the actual trivia part of it. And I enjoy seeing you guys battle. I think next time, though, I think I'm going to do a themed one. I think I'm going to do a themed one for a 1v1 match on here, and the three of us are commentating on it. I think that's kind of the next route that we the Godfather. Is that what you said?
Jake hasn't even seen
and just the one movie.
I've seen the Godfather, the first one.
I said all.
Oh no, I haven't seen all of them. No. But I think we're gonna do a themed one next time. We just gotta figure out what the matchup's gonna be, and that'll be fun. So we'll figure that out down the road.
Yes.
No, that's not gonna be your next.
You can make
all right
out of this sport.
Well, thank you everybody so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. That was a blast and would not be the same without you here. Please follow us on social media at Apocaflix Movies. You can find us everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that under that name. And also go check out our audio podcast. If you don't have time or don't want to watch the videos, you can definitely check us out on audio platform. And thanks again for watching. Again, I'm your host, Jacob Bartley. You can obviously find me here on Apocaflix Movies. I also have another podcast that I do called Off the Grid, a Power Rangers podcast, and a first round fantasy podcast, which is all about fantasy football. I don't know if any movie fans care about that, but oh well. And of course, we have Jake Berlin in the house. Why don't you tell them where they can find you, man?
Here more than just a couple times a week. I'm also a certain point of view with Brian, talking Schmodown trivia. If you're interested in after show for that type of stuff, for movie trivia in general, check us out over there. I also do a little show called The Whiskey Jedi. Talk whiskey, talk Star Wars. But you can all find me on social media everywhere at Qui-Gon Jake. Talking movies and sports and all that good stuff. So,
and Brian,
certain point of view, same thing.
Keith Barnes,
right here, Apocalypse Movies, and right there, no, over here, right there. It's my Twitter thing where I don't tweet, but sometimes I do every now and then. Find me there. And check out the hot sauce. It's really good.
And your trivia winner for tonight, Gio Ramos.
Yeah, well, you guys know where you'll find me on March 18th, but you guys can find me on Twitter at Grey Goose Jedi. Yes, Grey Goose like the alcohol. I also do a podcast for DC, the Fandom United. You guys can check that out as well. And here as well, on Fridays for Marvel Rewind, it's our last episode, WandaVision. It's going to be a fun one. We're probably 50 minutes long, so we'll see about that, but this is going to be a huge one, guys. In fact, I believe we are recording our reactions, just facial expressions, no audio for the last episode. Details are still being ironed out, but expect that soon. And come back and see us on Friday.
Thank you for watching. See you then.